Du vill inte ha...
Thrones, yeah. Game of Thrones, yeah. Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, yeah. Game of Thrones, yeah. Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, fucking.
Welcome to Game of Thrones chat. I am Dan, and I am unsullied because I have not read the books in A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin.
And I'm Power T, and I'm double solid because I've read them twice.
We are going to talk about Season 5, Episode 1, The Wars to Come. Yes. So let's talk about that.
Yes, let's start with, before we go through all the different locations and see what's happening there, let's start with the very first scene of this very season. And it's the two girls walking into this hut where there's a witch.
Yeah, walk to the witch's hut.
Yeah, and here we have, apparently this witch is doing some blood magic because she's tasting the blood and then she's making predictions.
Yes, and this is a flashback, which we haven't seen before in the show.
Yeah, this is one of the two big things I think we should take from this scene is that, okay, so flashbacks are in play now. And they can make flashbacks. I haven't seen a single flash. You said they have some flashbacks back in season 1, but they cut them out because they didn't like flashbacks.
Yes, they did. They couldn't fit them in, and then they decided, okay, no flashbacks.
Okay, but now they decided flashbacks then.
Yes, so this flashback must be incredibly important.
Exactly, that's
because it's Cersei season.
Oh, you're making your own predictions.
I made that prediction earlier, I seem to remember.
Oh, but are you as good as the Blood Witch? Or as lucky?
No, I didn't get any blood, so...
Oh, okay.
I have a question about that. I think a theme in the whole series is that magic is sort of there, but it's not very powerful. It's sort of forgotten, hidden away. And then sort of the magic in the series increases. But here we have this, as the dragons are born, etc., the wizards get their magic back. Yes. But here we have this witch doing magic 25 years before.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
So what's up with that?
So maybe she was just lucky then.
Maybe.
Or maybe she has dragon blood or something. Or yeah, it's a very good point. It doesn't really fit. Maybe that's why they shouldn't do flashbacks.
And she's just so incredibly witchy. She's just, I do all the stereotypes. She almost had a pointy hat.
Well, she wasn't that ugly though.
No. She was one of the hot witches.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I think it was... I think it was great to see a flashback because this was a very good way to explain this.
Yeah, it sort of gives the character motivation for Cersei as it is Cersei season.
So they say. Yeah, well, we'll see about that. But I think it was much better than just talking about it.
Yeah.
Getting to see it. And then she asks, will I marry the prince?
Rhaegar.
Yeah, and she says you will marry the king, and of course Cersei then thinks that okay, so he will be king when I marry him.
Yeah.
But of course we know that was wrong because she married King Robert instead of Prince Rhaegar.
Yeah, the guy with the warhammer.
Yeah, who killed Rhaegar in the Battle of the Trident.
Take that, Rhaegar.
Yeah, take that. After breaking up the betrothal to Cersei.
Yeah, what goes around comes around.
Exactly. So, basically, she doesn't understand that answer.
No.
But then the witch also says that she will be queen for a while, and then another younger queen will come along and cast her down.
Yeah.
And I think she's remembering that now.
Yes.
And then she's told that she will have the king will have 20 kids, so she will have 3, and that doesn't make any sense to her, but it makes lots of sense to us.
She has no imagination.
Yeah.
But what's up with the 20 kids? Because I heard there were only 16 in the books.
The books are the books and the TV series is the TV series.
Yeah, that becomes very apparent in this season.
Yeah, and they should, for example, Gendry in the TV series, he actually got some of the stuff that another guy, Edric Storm, was supposed to do.
Okay.
In season 3. So they mashed those two guys together, those two bastards together into one bastard.
Yep.
To save actors, I guess.
Okay.
And so then it should be 15 instead of 16 and so on. But here we have 20, so
yeah.
it's good. But then you have lots of people to kill off, right?
Yes. Gendry, still rowing.
Yeah, still rowing as
Still
far as we
rowing.
know.
The actor actually tweeted that at the end of season 4.
Still
when
rowing.
he had been gone for the whole season. Still rowing.
Getting blisters in his hands.
Yeah. Obviously not to King's Landing, because or he's horribly lost.
Yeah, well, he might just be rowing in circles, slowly starving to death or something.
Yeah, in the middle of the black water.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the scene.
Well, okay, so one of the important things is the flashback.
Yeah.
And the second thing, I think is important thing, you might not agree with me, but the second important thing is that it feels like the scene ends before its natural conclusion.
Yes.
Because the witch says, you have 3 questions. And I only heard 2 questions.
Yeah, I heard one argument that will I be queen would be one of the questions, but
okay,
I only heard 2 questions as well.
I may have misheard, you may have misheard, but maybe we will come back to this scene later in the season.
I think it is set up for that. I have to commend the actor playing young Cersei, because she was so Cersei.
Yeah, she was spot on. Absolutely.
Like, there is an evil witch in the woods, but I'll go there and check her out.
Yeah, and then you'd be like, wait a minute, okay, so a little girl gets to go with another little girl alone in the woods.
She obviously did not have Tywin's permission.
Yeah, where are all her retainers and teachers and knights, and yeah, that she must have run away.
Yeah.
So she's more Arya than Sansa then, I would say.
Yes, definitely.
That would be a typical Arya thing to do, run away like that.
And very, very Cersei in her mannerism and her movement, and very nice work.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so let's move on to the different locations of what's going on now here in Westeros and Essos. And if we start with King's Landing, we have first Cersei and Jaime in the Sept.
Yeah, they've been there before, haven't they?
Yeah.
At a wake.
This time they were able to keep their hands off each other.
Yes.
This time it was their father, of course.
Because they know Tywin would not approve.
Oh, Joffrey would have? Or?
Yeah, he probably would.
Well, he stemmed from their unholy connection, so in a way, I guess he had to.
Joffrey had no inhibitions.
That is true. Tywin, on the other hand, he would never sleep with a prostitute, or maybe. Okay, well, never mind.
Yeah.
Well, he talked the talk at least.
Yes.
Tywin, and he was the great force, the great Lannister force.
I have so many comments on this scene.
Go.
First, Jaime admits to letting Tyrion out of jail, pretty much.
Pretty much.
And so he is directly to blame for Tywin's death, but Cersei just is not very angry at him at all.
I think she's really angry, but what's she gonna do? Kill him?
Yeah, and Jaime doesn't seem very upset either. So, but he obviously didn't know that Tyrion was going to kill Tywin.
Yeah, that wasn't part of his plan anyway.
No, but he's not upset at all either. Maybe everybody just hated Tywin.
I think he's upset, but I think it's been a few days or a couple of weeks maybe even.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
They mentioned that people have been coming from all around to visit for the funeral, so so we don't know how long has been. It's not the next day anyway. It's more than that. It's several weeks, a couple of weeks maybe or something.
Okay.
But sure, I mean, I'm sure he blames himself.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she blames him. Yeah. Well,
I think there should have been more anger in the scene.
Okay.
We need more anger.
More anger.
More anger. It's Cersei season. We need anger.
And sex. Angry sex.
Yes. And speaking of sex, Lancel Lannister shows up.
Oh, the sex machine.
Yeah. And with
Cersei,
his father,
Kevin.
Kevin.
Kevin Lannister, yeah.
And
Tywin's younger brother.
Yeah, and they're both the same actors, even though we haven't seen them in a long time.
Yeah, we saw Kevin back in season 1 at least.
He was in season 2 in Harrenhal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and Lancel was also in season 2, and he was wounded severely.
Yeah, he was involved in Blackwater.
Yeah, and he also gave the strong wine to King Robert.
Well, that was interesting. It sounded like did he admit to poisoning Robert?
He pretty much did.
Yeah.
He pretty much did. He's.
And Cersei absolutely did not admit to anything.
Yeah, she admitted to nothing. She keeps a stiff upper lip there, but yeah, and they had well, if you're already sleeping with your brother, sleeping with your cousin, I guess it's nothing to her.
I had to check that it was the same actor playing Lancel Lannister, but it was.
Completely different haircut.
Yeah, and completely different body type. It appears that when he found the Seven and became religious, the 7 just granted him muscle mass. He gained like
Oh,
30 pounds of muscle mass.
okay. Yeah, that's a good point. He looked bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Kevin looked the same anyway.
Yes, very much the same.
He's
Glad to see him back.
Yeah.
I wonder what role he will play now. Who the heck is the Lord of Casterly Rock?
Yeah, it's again I come back to the strongest. Whoever, I mean, it should.
But
be,
nobody's in Casterly Rock.
yeah, but yeah, that's true. But I mean, Jamie's supposed to be Lord of Castle Rock. Yeah, you say okay, it's nobody. Well, there's somebody's. They've left some commander back.
Yeah,
Castle Rock,
like
of course.
Gregor Clegane's bastard half cousin or something.
Well, I think they have more. There's more Lannisters than that. Like
Okay, there are many
cousins
Lannisters.
twice removed or something. And
Yes.
so they have like distant cousins and stuff also.
Yeah, like the guy who Jamie killed in.
I'm not sure exactly who is command. It might also be that they have just some professional soldiers.
Yeah.
That some professional soldiers has Castellan and Castle Rock.
Yes.
Well, all the real Lannisters are out running about. But I mean, Jamie's supposed to be the guy who is in Castle Rock, but he doesn't want to be Castle Rock guy.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the right to it because he's a Kingsguard.
Yeah,
Right?
so he can't inherit as long as
Yeah.
he's a Kingsguard. And he wants to be a Kingsguard.
And this is the time to inherit, as Tywin died.
Exactly. I mean, since they fired Barristan Selmy, they have a precedent also for firing people from the Kingsguard. It used to be that you had to die,
Yeah.
but now I mean, he's the Lord Commander. He could quit.
Yeah, Cersei could probably just fire him.
Yeah, tell Tommen to write some letter of something,
Yes.
and okay, so then he gets Castle Rock, but he seems uninterested in that.
Nobody's interested in Castle Rock.
I think Kevin is interested in Castle Rock.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, he's been Tywin's younger brother for his whole life. And,
That must have been horrible.
well, not. I mean, Tywin had some other brothers that he never got along with, but he did get along pretty well with Kevin actually.
Kevin looks a bit like Stannis to Tywin's Robert. That he's the brother that just...
Not as angry though.
No, but just does things that his brother says, and a military guy, and...
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they are kind of the same guy, although Robert and Tywin were very different.
Yes.
But Kevin and Stannis are like, yeah, and I think that Kevin is just as competent as Stannis probably.
Yes.
At least
Stannis is very competent.
Yeah, okay, well, Kevin is competent at least.
Okay.
Otherwise he wouldn't be second in command of the
No.
Lannister forces. So that's about the party then. Loras is commending Tywin to Cersei and she's not listening because...
She is the queen of ignoring people.
Yes, and then we have a bedroom scene.
Yeah, what's up with that scene? It's like, let's fill the ass quote. But it is not much information conveyed in that scene.
Yeah, and you don't fill the boob count at all.
It's
just ass quote.
I think the only interesting thing that happened in the scene is like, oh look, we're talking about Dorne, and maybe Dorne will be important. And
yeah, well, and
the perhaps at the end.
Yeah, the perhaps is the only interesting thing to me.
Because Marjorie seems to have a plan.
Or at least a plan to have a plan.
Yeah.
Or maybe, yeah.
Or maybe a plan.
Or maybe a plan. She doesn't seem certain herself.
Whereas Loras just seems to be not having any plans except enjoying himself.
Yeah, well, he has his sword. And his other sword.
Yes. Two swords. That's
the two swords.
Yeah.
And those
that was what that episode name was about.
So those are the two things that gives him pleasure then, the sword and the sword.
Yes.
And so I guess we are done with King's Landing then.
I think so.
Let's move to the new location.
Yeah.
We have seen a little bit of Pentos before, but not so much. And but this is apparently where they were going then.
Yeah, they were going to Illyrio's house in Penthos.
Yeah, and he's
and
not
where
home.
the hell is Illyrio?
Yeah, he's not home.
And given that that actor was the scenes in episode 1 of season 1 was reshot because they changed actor for Illyrio.
Oh, okay.
So I figured that Illyrio would be important, and now it was like, oh, where is he? But he's not there. So apparently they didn't cast him for the season. So
I don't know what's going on there.
that's weird. But the scene is great.
Yeah, Tyrion is a sad drunk. Varys talks about queen making.
Yes.
That's what I took from that. Varys is trying to build up Tyrion's confidence again. But Tyrion is sad about killing his father, even though his father didn't like him, but it was still his father.
But I think Tyrion showed his capability of finding solutions than deciding to drink himself to death on the way to Meereen.
Yes.
Thus doing both things at the same time.
The best of both worlds.
But I have a question about this scene.
Mm-hmm.
Varys says that he has been into the Targaryen restoration thing for a long time.
Yeah.
And we know that he met with Illyrio in season 1.
Yeah.
Where Arya sort of eavesdropped on them.
Mm-hmm.
So, but at that point, Viserys was the Targaryen king to be.
Yeah.
So did Varys really intend to put Viserys on the throne?
That's a very good question.
That seems to be a really bad idea. He was Joffrey level bad.
Yeah. Or, I mean, maybe he didn't know him, but that doesn't make any sense because Illyrio had been hosting for Daenerys and Viserys. So Illyrio should have been able to tell Varys that this guy is kind of nuts.
Yes.
So
So maybe they planned to murder him?
So...
Or maybe they made Khal Drogo kill him?
Possible.
So Khal Drogo probably didn't listen to them anyway.
It is possible. Maybe that wine that they sent to kill Daenerys, maybe that was meant for Viserys.
But the other problem I have with the scene, which is perhaps not a problem, but a strength of it, that is that Varys was the one who convinced Robert to murder Daenerys. In season 1, in the Small Council, Robert is like, should I kill Daenerys or not? And Varys is the one convincing him.
And what did this assassination attempt lead to?
But it could have resulted in Daenerys' death, because it's just Jorah's change of heart that saves Daenerys.
Well, Varys sends a letter to Jorah, beware of the wine cellar, he's going to try to kill Daenerys.
Did he?
I think so.
So Varys is playing both sides?
Because Jorah gets a letter right before Daenerys goes to the wine cellar.
Yeah, that happened.
That was probably a letter saying that beware of assassins or something.
Okay.
And then he's like, because he seemed to have some kind of pre-knowledge of this wine cellar.
Yeah. So probably Varys was playing both sides and then...
Playing both sides, absolutely. But he might be playing one side more than the other side.
Yeah, and when Tywin, when he realized that Tyrion had done something horrible, he finally decided to go with the Targaryen restoration plan.
That is possible, or maybe he's been going with that plan all along. And the assassination attempt on Daenerys, you remember what happened after the assassination attempt? Khal Drogo had no intention of going to Westeros before that. He was completely uninterested.
That's true.
But then when he learned that the Westerosi people were trying to kill Daenerys, he's like, now you messed with me.
Yeah, then we have that great scene where he like,
I promise to the stars that I will kill everybody.
Yeah,
so then he have a change of heart and he's going to invade Westeros. And then he dies from a paper cut. But
it's all Varys making.
Maybe. I mean, the
guy is a genius.
It's a very complicated plot, but it's Game of Thrones and it's Varys. So why not? Still, I think that there's going to... I mean... He says that the people need someone that is stronger than Tommen, but gentler than Stannis, and so he wants Daenerys on the throne.
Yeah.
Okay, so that it kind of makes sense, but like you say, putting Viserys on the throne that made no sense at all, except if you're a fanatical dragon follower.
Yes.
So we don't really know what the plan was then. But we kind of know. We kind of see what the plan is now. Then he wants to put Daenerys on the throne.
Yes.
So, but of course, there's still a long way to go.
You kind of wonder also of course he has seen Tyrion at his best, but Tyrion right now seems pretty worthless to anyone. So if he was in Meereen right now, I don't see him like even being accepted by Daenerys.
Yeah. Well, I think Varys is hoping that Tyrion will get a hold of himself at some point. And
it seems like if Varys gets to Meereen, he and Tyrion feel sort of the same function. But maybe Varys doesn't want to be like Hand of the King, and he thinks that Tyrion would fit as that.
Well, Tyrion also has his name.
And I also like that finally somebody is going to Daenerys. So that she doesn't have her own TV series in the corner.
Oh, there's a connection between the two, yeah.
Yes.
Well, Barry did go from Westeros. So Barristan Selmy did go from Westeros to Meereen.
Yeah, but that felt like sort of, they are in the same world, I promise.
Oh, well, there's the proof.
And I was so disappointed when they actually went to Pentos, because I thought they were going to Bravos. I hoped they were going to Bravos, so they would run into Arya.
Oh, so you don't think that Arya and Tyrion is going to be mates?
Maybe they still have a chance.
Yeah, that's possible. But I think that also, if you remember back from, this was maybe the last episode of season 2 or something, when Varys tells Tyrion that I know that you saved the city, and I'm grateful anyway.
Yes.
So maybe he is paying back his gratefulness for a job well done.
Could be.
Yeah.
And Varys has been quite clear in his talk to Ed Stark in season 1 that he cares about the realm.
Mm-hmm.
And among the candidates, Daenerys seems a very strong one.
Yeah, strong but gentle in the same. Yeah.
Yeah, gentler than Stannis, but most people are gentler than Stannis.
Yeah. But let's move on to Marine then.
Yes.
And we have a guy called the White Rat.
Yes.
He's going to a pleasure house.
We have the harpy falling first, don't we?
Oh yeah, we have the big harpy. That was a powerful scene.
Yes, it reminded me of pulling down Stalin statues.
Me too.
Yeah.
Most people probably. Yeah, but this was really powerful all the way from that pyramid, tumbling and tumbling and tumbling.
Yeah, really well done.
Yeah, really well done. And then White Rat turns around and goes to the pleasure house.
Yes, very touching.
Yeah, but he doesn't have anything really to use.
He wants to cuddle.
He has no sword no.
He just
no
wants
shield.
a hug.
He just wants a hug.
Yeah, he's been killing people since he was little.
Yeah, so he wants a hug and he gets his throat cut.
I think the casting was horrible here because he looked way too similar to Grey Worm.
Yes, and also too beefy.
Yes.
Because
too beefy and too similar. So I was thinking for quite a few seconds that, oh no, they recast Grey Worm.
I thought the same thing exactly.
Yes.
Shit, they recast him. Or shit, he ate like 10 pounds of steroids or between seasons.
No, he has joined the Faith of the Seven and gained 30 pounds in muscle mass.
Yeah, but at least he died, so we don't have to be angry about him having too much muscle mass.
Sorry about that. I loved White Rat.
You did? But he was too big.
Yeah, but he needed hugs.
I needed hugs. But the Sons of the Harpy said otherwise.
Yes, amazing mask on the Sons of the Harpy guy.
Oh, you like?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
He looked really badass.
Yeah. So the Sons of the Harpy are doing some kind of rebellion then.
Yeah, la resistance.
And then we have Daenerys and her small council talking about it. And we have a new character here. Mossador.
The slave?
The slave, yeah. It's former slave, I guess.
Yes.
But
he was in the scene where Grey Worm entered Marine and talked to the slaves. He was one of the slaves being most convinced about Daenerys.
Oh, okay. So he's not completely new.
No, he was a minor character in season 4.
Okay, but now he's been elevated to the
yes.
small council, it seems, or some kind of a counselor anyway.
Yeah, he is on the small council, as I gather.
And they talk about this and what they're going to do, and I mean, and Daenerys is like, okay, you send out my Unsullied and they're going to solve the problem. And she's really using the Unsullied as like a Swiss Army knife. Whatever problems.
I think the Unsullied are pretty poor at police investigations.
Yeah.
They're like, who should I put my spear in?
Exactly. They're taught to fight in tight formation.
Yeah.
And that's it. But she's using them for anything, for everything.
Yes.
And I mean, okay, anyone can learn, but I really think that she needs to diversify what needs to be done with different people.
But when she decides that, the Second Sons are not in the city, right? Because they come back in the next scene.
Yeah, so she sent away most of her sellswords there.
Yes.
Might have been better suited, or maybe like they could. Maybe Barry could train some slaves to become police officers or something. Or I guess he could train Unsullied to become police officers also. But they are so. I mean, they're so extreme. They're so extremely brainwashed from the start.
Yeah, and the Second Son seems to be a bit more clever and streetwise.
Yeah, exactly. They had to be mercenaries. Yeah. And then we have Missandei and Grey Worm hanging out in the armory.
Yeah.
And she's like, so maybe there's a hope for us. Hey, come on. That's what I got.
Maybe you want a hug.
Yeah, maybe you want a hug.
I have hugs. You don't need to go to the brothel.
Yeah, and Grey Worm's like, I don't need hugs.
I don't
okay,
know.
we're paraphrasing, of course. That's not what happened. That's what we.
That's exactly what happened.
Okay, that's exactly what happened, and that's what I'm sticking to. And but then the Cell Swords returns, right?
Yeah, and his star, the Lorak, the old slave master, who is also on the small council, as I gather. And the Yunkai storyline is just resolved. They were like, oh, everybody's really happy now, and they just want to open the fighting pits.
Well, they were resolved like last season, but then they had to go back and resolve it again.
Yeah, and now it's like...
now it's resolved again.
All they want is the fighting pits, and then they're saying, no, they can't have the fighting pits.
She does not like the UFC.
No, there is no compromise.
Yeah, but then she talks to Dario, and he's like, "Oh, I'm an old pit fighter. It's pretty cool. I like fighting."
I like pit fighting. So I thought I was watching Spartacus for a moment there.
Yeah. So he's a pit fighter, okay, and so she seems to be weakening, but we don't really get the resolution.
No, I don't think she's convinced. She's just.
So instead, we get a return of Drogon.
Yeah.
The dragon.
Dario says that she's the dragon queen without dragons, so she goes to check on the dragons.
Oh yeah, that's right. She goes to the. Oh, that's right. We get to see the dragons again. The other
yes.
Yeah.
And remarkably, they have converted to the faith of the Seven because they've gained like 3 million pounds of muscle mass.
That's right.
What do they keep in those catacombs? What have they been eating?
Cows.
Yeah, somebody put like a ton of steroids in the catacombs.
Exactly.
Something has died in the catacombs to feed those dragons. They are huge.
Yeah, lots and lots of steroids for them. So is she really? I mean,
I think that
she
scene
has no
was.
control.
I think that scene was super unclear because what were the dragons doing? They were like behaving a bit, but I didn't feel they were threatening her really.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, it's dark, we can't see anything, so let's breathe some fire. Oh, it's you.
And they were fire breathing in her general direction.
Yeah, but that wouldn't hurt her.
But it didn't hit her.
No, but it would have made her naked, which would have been good.
Yeah, but not burn her hair because her hair is impervious, I guess. Yeah, but
they're like, Mom, get us out of these catacombs.
Yeah.
We are growing too big.
It must be so frustrating for her to have these great tools, but she can't do anything with them.
Yeah.
She can't have them patrol the streets. She can't have them policing. What's she gonna do?
I think she's a lousy mother of dragons. It's
maybe
she has never attempted to raise them.
No, maybe she's ruling too much. Maybe she needs to really focus on her dragons and let other people do the politics.
Yeah, she should be like, I don't know what she could do, but
she did pay a lot of attention to them early on when they were kids.
Yeah, but not enough apparently, because
yeah, but now they're unruly teenagers and she has no control.
That makes me wonder if Maester Aemon is old enough to sort of have any access to the dragon training skills of the Targaryens, or if they were forgotten by his time as well. Maybe they were kept in manuals or something.
Yeah, well, if there were manuals, they could be. I mean, they could be around even still. So.
Yeah, and it's no wonder that Daenerys doesn't have them, but he could.
Should I answer how old he is then, or when the dragons died out? And
of course, it died out long after the he was born long after the dragons died.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he could still have like Targaryen knowledge of the dragon training skills.
That is true.
How to train your dragon.
Yeah, well, Daenerys apparently doesn't have any.
Oh, she's notoriously bad at training dragons.
Yeah, I think so.
But did they really try to hurt her? I didn't get the feeling. They're like, Mom, we're captain here. Get us out.
When I say notoriously bad, or maybe you said it, but I mean, she did use the dragons to burn down Astapor in early season 3, and she's like Dracarys, and the dragons knew exactly who to burn and how much, and what people not to burn.
But now they're teenagers, so now they're unruly.
Yeah, but as kids at least they followed her. So maybe she started paying less attention to them or something.
Yeah.
When they instead needed more attention.
It makes me wonder when Drogon was out killing people, what the hell were they doing?
Yeah, they were probably getting ready to do
They were like, oh, do we go kill people? No, I don't dare to.
Well, we have a different curfew than Drogon.
Drogon is so bad.
Okay, so let's move on to the Vale.
Yes, the whale.
And we have Littlefinger and Sansa and Lord Royce,
Yes,
who is the head of the second most powerful house in the Vale.
yes.
And we have Robin Arryn, and Robin is weak because
Yes.
he's been hanging out with his mother for 13 years.
And he's quite sickly as well, right? So
He's sickly and weak, and he has no fighting spirit.
he's a super wimp.
Super wimp with a badass name.
Yes.
And
he swings a sword like a girl with Pacey. And that's sort of epilepsy or something?
palsy.
Palsy.
It was palsy.
Yeah.
He swings a sword like a girl with palsy. That's pretty bad. And he squeals like something similar when he gets hit. And Lord Royce promises to keep him safe, but he can't promise that he will improve his fighting when Sansa and Littlefinger goes off to do other things.
Yeah, I think they should focus on Robin's other skills that he needs, like ruling and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to have some knowledge of sword swinging. Like Littlefinger says, he doesn't have to be a great fighter.
Yeah.
He just have to be okay.
To carry a sword without looking like a wimp.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just basic skill. It's like in today's world, you couldn't exist without knowing how a computer works, or at least like the basics of a computer.
Yes.
And you have to know the basics of a sword.
Yeah.
Back then. So.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and then we have Brienne and Podrick.
Littlefinger and Sansa leaves.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which surprised me quite a bit.
Yeah, they leave, and apparently they go west.
Yeah.
And they go west to a place, and Littlefinger says that it would be a place where Cersei can't get her hands on Sansa.
Yeah, implying that Cersei can do that in the Whale, which the Whale seems very anti-Lannister, but of course she can pay somebody or...
Yeah, but I agree. I felt that the Vale was pretty safe, especially
I think Sansa was safer in the Whale than on the road with Littlefinger.
Yeah, and 10 knights. Yeah, not the greatest of escorts.
No.
But, so they're going west, and they're going...
Which is sort of the rest of Westeros, so...
Yeah, but...
Except King's Landing.
But he didn't say that they were going north or south, just west. So will they go west, and then maybe when they get to the King's Road, they can start going north or south.
Yeah.
But if they go south to get to King's Landing, that sounds horrible.
So if you go to the middle of Westeros, you end up at that inn that everybody ends up in, that single inn that everybody goes to, where hot pie is waiting.
Yeah, well, if you...
And then you can decide.
Kind of like, because there's a crossroads there.
Yeah, because that inn is like Crassish Keep, so if you are within 100 kilometers, you're sucked in. Yeah.
Yeah, but that is true. You have the roads going west to Riverlands and east to the Vale, north to the north and south to King's Landing. So maybe that's where they'll end up.
Yeah, and then we have Payne and Tarth. Party on Payne, party on Tarth. It's
Brienne is bitter and Podrick is
useless.
Yeah, he's kind of useless. I mean, she wanted him to keep track of Arya when she was fighting the Hound.
Yeah.
But he was waiting to protect her instead, and they lost Arya.
He did a lousy job of protecting her as well.
Yeah, I mean, even if he would have tried to, I don't know if it would have made much difference in the fight between those two badasses.
Though Podrick actually killed someone in season 2, so...
That is true. He can kill people from the back.
Yeah, and I think he had ample opportunity to kill the Hound from the back.
He killed Sir Mandon Moore of the Kingsguard. As he was about to kill Tyrion back in the Blackwater. Yeah,
but now he was just standing looking around.
But he was really good then. But since then he's been useless.
Yeah, he's been more and more useless.
Except for when he went to the whorehouse.
Yeah, that was his last useful moment.
His last hurrah. And then he lost his power somehow.
Yes, they took it from him.
It's like a horror movie. If you lose your power, you die, you know.
What do you think of the scene where Littlefinger and Sansa just pass them very close and they don't know?
Oh, they're teasing. Oh,
yeah, it was a little cute, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, look. Oh, they could almost run into each other. Yeah.
Very frustrating.
Yeah. Okay.
So the Brienne and Podrick's plan is very unclear, I think.
Yeah, they don't even have a plan to have a plan, I think.
Like walk around and see if anything happens.
Well, it must be so frustrating to have Arya within the arm's length and then lose her. But then, so are they looking for Arya now? They were heading for the Bloody Gate.
Yeah.
When they ran into Arya and the Hound.
Yeah, so why would they not be heading to the Bloody Gate?
At some point they would, yeah, if they're looking for Arya and they figure, well, she's long gone, then they should go to the Bloody Gate again.
Yes.
Instead.
Were they actually heading to the Bloody Gate?
I think they were heading to the Bloody Gate.
Did they know anything about the whale?
Well, they were just going to the Bloody Gate, and Arya and the Hound had been to the Bloody Gate and got the news that Lysa was dead, so then they just turned around and started walking back.
So why didn't they proceed to the Bloody Gate?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Huh?
Maybe
Strange.
maybe, I don't know.
Onto the wall.
The wall, yeah.
Still standing.
We see Jon Snow is sparring with the kid that killed Ygritte
Yeah.
back in season 4. He shot her with an arrow in the back.
You killed my girlfriend. Now you are my girlfriend.
No.
Oh, that was the other show I was watching.
Oh, okay, well that was King's Landing maybe. No, he's just sparring with him, and he's not even taking any sheep shots.
No, it's very kind to the guy who killed his true love.
Well, on the other hand, Ygritte was about to kill him, so
of course.
he may have saved his life. So.
Yes.
So he's a new recruit there, and then Sam gives us some interesting information.
Sam is being useful.
He talks about an election.
Yeah.
So there's going to be because Lord Commander Mormont died way back when.
Yes.
And then they're supposed to have a new election, and they haven't had the time to have an election until now.
Did they talk about this in season 4 as well? Because it was no surprise to me.
Yeah, I think they talked about it.
Yeah.
But they had Sir Alistair Thorne was the acting commander because just pulling rank.
Yeah, and he looks like the number 1 contender for the Lord Commander title.
Yeah, it's just him
and he's alive. You remember how much we talked about whether he died or not?
Well, I didn't think he died. I think he was just wounded in that fight with the Tormund Giantsbane.
Yeah, so I was like, yes, he lives.
He lives. Oh, you
like
him.
Yeah, he's badass.
Yeah, he gave a good speech there back in the season 4 episode 9 when he's standing on the wall. It's like, you have to be hard.
Yes.
You have to, don't give them an inch. Take the whole hand and so on. You have to
Season 4 episode 9, the most gender separating episode ever. It's like every man I've spoken to loved the episode and every woman hates it.
Oh, it's just pure fighting.
Yeah, the most manly episode of Game of Thrones. It's like Blackwater had some subtlety, but the Wall was just fight,
die.
We had the elevator ride we should talk about.
Oh, you like the elevator ride?
Yeah, when Melisandre is being creepy.
Yeah, she's being hot.
Yeah.
Oh, she has
hot
the fire.
And creepy.
The fire burning within her.
So, are you a virgin?
No.
Good.
Yeah, that sounded kind of perverted.
Yes. So, but I predicted that part. I think she has the hots for him.
Well, you predicted that she was going to have some kind of plot together with him.
Yes.
And she looks like she's planning to have a plot with him.
Definitely.
And I don't think he has much of a say.
No.
If she wants to have a plot with him, she will have.
And on top of the wall, we find Stannis just standing around looking Stannisly.
Yes. Stannis and Davos is standing there.
Yeah.
And they want something from Jon. They want him to talk to somebody.
Yes.
They want him to talk to Mance. So that they could recruit all the wildlings into the Stannis army.
Yeah, and it seems like a natural fit because the wildlings wanted to get south of the wall and now they are south of the wall. What would they be doing south of the wall? They would probably have to get some arrangement. So doing a service for Stannis seems reasonable.
Yeah, and then getting land in
return. And of course the north is huge. They could get land there. Probably around the Bolton lands.
Yeah.
So it looks very reasonable, and
it's a fair deal, as to say.
Yeah, and it's obvious that Stannis needs help to talk with people because he's a stiff guy.
He's very stiff. Yeah, but there is one thing. There is one problem.
Yeah.
And when Jon then talks to Mance, we realize there is one problem.
And this makes me wonder what the hell was Mance Raider's plan here. What did he intend when he surrendered. He intended that, okay, enough of my people have died, I will surrender.
Yeah.
And then what?
Well,
Here we have this guy who is renowned for his ability to talk to people, to plan and organize.
Yeah.
And he seems totally clueless in this whole scene. It's like he has no plan.
Yeah.
He doesn't even leave his power to somebody else or like predict what's going to happen to the free folk. It's just like he doesn't care about anything except not kneeling.
Yeah, he should have like suggested an alternative
Yes.
route.
There is no compromise, and it seems so weird to come from him. And it's like Kerry-Anne Hines doesn't want to be in the series anymore. I don't like the way they used him as an actor, because he's so great, and then he just does this.
He's so good when he gets to learn that he's gonna burn.
Yeah.
Not a good way to go. You see, he's twitching. Yeah.
Yeah, but what the hell?
Yeah, I agree mostly with you. I agree.
So it seemed like he could say, I will not kneel, but I will help you take Winterfell if we get land.
Yeah, some
become-
kind of compromise.
Yeah, maybe even he could have suggested to become Warden of the North or anything, but there's just no...
Yeah, maybe he was just thinking that, okay, I give up, I'm going to be beheaded, and then they're going to give to somebody else, and they're going to be okay with it. I want to die. Maybe he has a death wish.
Yeah, it looks that way, because he has spent his entire life planning to get south of the wall with the free folk. And now he is south of the wall with free folk, and he has all opportunities in the world to make a deal for his people.
Maybe he never expected to get this far.
Maybe. But yeah, I'm upset actually at the end. It felt so unnecessary for him to die.
Not a good way to go either.
And poor John.
Poor John.
Yeah, it looked like a good solution for him as well. And okay, how many are left in the Night's Watch?
Yeah, it's not many.
It's between 50 and 100.
Yeah.
And they are supposed to keep guard of these 100,000 minus a few fatalities.
Yeah.
Wildlings who we don't see. Where the hell are they? They are not in Castle Black. We see like 20 wildlings.
Well, the rest of the wildlings are somewhere else being guarded by the rest of Stannis' soldiers there.
Yeah, and he's about to leave all those prisoners to the Night's Watch. Who then...
Well, he really wants them to fight for him.
Yes. And it seems like the only solution for anybody. And it doesn't happen. I've been looking forward all year to like the wildling army marching on Winterfell.
Oh yeah, the Stannis.
And they cheat me on.
Well,
damn it!
Maybe, but Mans was the only guy who could keep together all those tribes.
Yes, which is why he can't die.
So now Stannis gonna have to deal with every tribe separately.
Yeah, and Stannis doesn't look like he can deal with anybody.
No, he can't deal with one single tribe.
Yeah, I'm amazed that he can manage to deal with Jon Snow.
Well, Jon Snow at least he's okay with kneeling, so that's the only way. Because Jon Snow is obedient to him. I mean, he can't deal with anybody on equal terms. He's like, I'm the king of Westeros. You have to obey me.
Yes.
So there might be a lot of burning. He's like, okay, so who's the next guy up? Like, okay, so you're gonna take the lead. I'm not gonna kneel. Okay, burn. Okay,
maybe Tormund can do it.
Yeah, maybe Tormund can. It's like, well, is Tormund gonna kneel then?
Probably not.
Burn.
So stop with the kneeling business. Don't make people kneel.
Burn, baby, burn.
And it wasn't like Stannis was so insistent on the kneeling in the last episode of season 4. It was like, it's customary to kneel before a king, but it wasn't like kneel or burn.
Well, he can't go around like that all day.
No, that's true.
But Melisandre would like him to, because she likes to burn.
And what's up with Shireen, Stannis' daughter? She's like, if you leave her alone for a second, she's like teaching people how to read. She's teaching Gilly how to read in the Night's Watch.
If you say so.
All right.
Okay.
What about Jon's deed there, shooting Mans in the heart? It's like obviously Stannis' intention that Mans should burn. And now Jon kills him, preventing him from dying in agony. So how will Stannis handle that?
Yeah, we'll have to wait for next episode. I mean, he didn't look happy, and Melisandre.
But Stannis never looks happy.
But Melisandre looked even less. I mean, Melisandre should be even less happy because she's really the wants to sacrifice people like that.
Yeah, she really loves to hear people burning.
Yeah, but at least Jon Snow will get the appreciation of a lot of other people.
Yeah.
So someone's gonna hate you, someone's gonna love you for it. I think he did the right thing. I think it was a nice, mercy thing to do.
Do you think people in the Night's Watch appreciated it? Or the
If
wildlings?
the people that hate the wildlings should appreciate it, and the Night's Watch, the people who hate the wildlings should not appreciate it.
But doesn't everybody in the Night's Watch hate the wildlings?
Most people
Except
do.
Sam?
Yeah, most people. Yeah, Sam can't really hate all the wildlings anyway. But most people in Night's Watch seem to hate wildlings because that's what they.
Naturally, I think.
That's what they fight. That's what their order seems to be about, fighting the wildlings.
Yes.
That might not be what they're about, but that's what they seem to be about.
Yup.
Okay, so would you like to move on to? You did some predictions back in the pre-season show. Do you have any predictions that you want to change, or anything that you think looks like it's become true already?
I think Brienne, Ross, Bolton, and Balon Greyjoy will still die. I think Daenerys, Jon Snow, and Tyrion will not die. I think we are going to Dorne.
Yeah.
And I think we have a lot of Cersei. I really hope we're getting Stannis versus the Boltons.
Yeah.
I want Arya and Tyrion to hook up.
But now they're in different.
Yeah, my hope is diminishing on that one.
Yeah, unless she's heading to Pentos as well, then. But she was supposed to go to Bravos. So.
Yeah, I think she's going to Bravos. She's on a Bravosi ship with
Yeah.
the Bravosi captain
Who
who said
he
he's
would
going
go
to
to
Bravos. So
Yeah.
I think Brienne will find Sansa eventually. And Jon Snow and Melisandre already have a plot together.
Oh, you think Melisandre already knows about the plot, but Jon does not?
Yeah, and I think Samuel Tarly will generally be useless. I don't think we'll see Bran, and actually think I got that confirmed somewhere, that Bran is not in this season at all. And of course Rickon will end the season by taking control of the White Walkers.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
That's it for Season 5, Episode 1, The Wars to Come. You can find us on Hard Nerd Cafe on YouTube, and you can find us on iTunes. And if you want to leave us comments, do so at either of those places. Do you have anything to add for this episode?
No, I don't.
See you in the next episode, The House of Black and White.
Bye-bye.
Game of Thrones, yeah. Game of Thrones, yeah. Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, yeah. Game of Thrones, yeah. Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, yeah. Game of Thrones, yeah. Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, yeah. Game of fucking Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones. There are swords and things doing lightning tricks, and they'll take you out if you try to beat them. They'll kill you and stop you and make you Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones. In the lightning they come to take on everyone, and you know it's the Game of fucking Thrones. Game of Thrones, fucking Game of Thrones, fucking Game of
Det är ju hemligt liksom. Han ska ju inte exponeras för så mycket människor.